Hey y'all, it's your girl Shay back with another video. Welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see by my background, I'm doing a completely different video than I've ever done on my channel. Today is going to be a cooking video for y'all. This was requested by my friend Josh. Thank you, Josh, love you. And today I will be making some chicken fried rice from scratch. I will show you the process that it takes to do that. Before we jump into this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. It's free and it really helps out my channel. Also, turn on the post notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And without further ado, let's get into it. All right, these are the ingredients you will need to make the chicken fried rice. So the first is chicken tenderloins. The next is peas and carrots. I just have these frozen ones. You can always do fresh if you would like. 2 onions. I have a white and a red onion. Some rice. And you're going to need some seasoning. I'm doing garlic and herb seasoning, some soy sauce, and some olive oil. I almost forgot, but you're also going to need 2 eggs for this recipe, and that is all the ingredients. First thing I'm going to do is thaw out this chicken because it is frozen. So I'm going to put it into this bowl right here and some water and let it thaw out for about an hour. I want to do around 600 grams of chicken, so that is the goal. I will weigh this out eventually when it's thawed out, but right now I'm just going to throw a bunch into this bowl. Next thing I'm going to do is measure out 3/4 cup of rice. Rice does need to be cleaned, so I'm going to rinse it off in hot water in this little strainer right here before I put it in the rice cooker. Now I'm going to spray the rice cooker with some cooking spray because the rice will stick to the pan. I'm going to dump in the rice. Alright, so I already added in the water, but it's 1 part rice to 1.5 parts of water. So if I add 3/4 cups of rice, what I'll do is I'll fill it up to 3/4 cups, add some water in there, and then fill it up halfway, half of 3/4, and then pour that in there, and that'll give me 1.5 parts water. I'm going to allow this to cook while I prepare the rest of the ingredients. Now I'm going to cut up the onions. I'm going to cut up this little baby white onion right here, and I'm going to cut up the entire purple onion. I also have this little bag right here for my scraps, so call it my scrap bag. First things first, we're just going to cut off the top of the onion, like so. Cut it in half, and now we're going to peel it. You want to leave the root on because it'll be for an easier and faster cutting process, and it won't make you cry, okay? It won't make you cry. We're going to do vertical cuts along the body of the onion, like so. And then horizontal cuts. So this is just going to give you a nice diced up and minced onion. Watch your fingers because I almost just cut myself. But yeah, this is a very easy and simple and quick way to cut up an onion. I'm going to do the same thing on this purple, red, whatever you want to call it, onion. This is already a lot of onion, so I'm only going to use half of the purple onion. I pulled out the food scale, and we're going to do about 150 to 200 grams of these frozen peas and carrots. I ended up doing 182 grams of the peas and carrots. Rice is done, and I'm going to set it aside on some parchment paper just so it can dry off before we start making the fried rice. This may not look like a lot of rice, but trust me, it will come together when we start mixing all the ingredients in. But I do this just to make sure the rice is dry before I add it into the fried rice mixture. And it's just really important for all the ingredients to come together and taste as wonderful as possible. The chicken is done thawing. Now it's time to weigh it and cut it up into little pieces. I'm going for 600 grams of the chicken, so I'm just going to put it onto this cutting board and weigh it out that way. Good enough, because I would have to thaw out some more chicken and I'm not trying to do that. So 523 grams it is. Now I'm going to cut up the chicken into bite-sized pieces. The chicken is now cut up, so now it's time to move on to the cooking portion of this video. First thing I'm going to do is set the stove to a medium-high heat. And I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to put the onions in the pan for about 2 minutes or until translucent. Now I'm going to push the onions to the side and add in another tablespoon of olive oil. Next, I'm going to crack in 2 eggs. Begin mixing the eggs so they become scrambled. Now I'm going to mix it all together. I'm going to push this to the side one more time and add in a tablespoon of olive oil so I can cook the chicken. Now I'm going to begin adding the chicken in. You can season your chicken with whatever you like, but I'm using this garlic and herb seasoning. Now mix up your chicken, and you can start mixing it into the rest of the food once it starts to turn white. Now that the chicken is white, I'm going to mix it in with the rest of the ingredients. I'm also going to add in 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Next, I'm going to add in the carrots and peas, and we're going to let these cook for about 2 minutes. Now I'm going to add in my rice. I'm also going to add in another tablespoon of olive oil. Mix it on up. Now I'm going to add in another 2 tablespoons of olive oil and turn down the heat. Alright, and it's as easy as that. Now the fried rice is done, looking spectacular, amazing, scrumptious, scrumdiddlyumptious. And that's all it takes. It's a very simple meal. You can eat this however you want. You can eat it as a side dish. You can eat it as an actual meal. Now, I typically put these in meal prep containers, but like I said, you can do whatever you want.